Here's another one right here. I apologize, Will. It says, what about when God stopped the sun? Or when Joshua asked God to stop the sun for him?
Oh, I like this one. They're going to ignore God's creation. That means they're going to ignore the celestial data and use words like miracles as a grown man.
Yeah, that was a miracle.
That must be a globe earth miracle. And for the religion flirts, it's a flat earth miracle. People 180 degrees opposite of the sun on the other side of the earth would experience 24 hours of darkness. Imagine your cock wake you up in the morning and then you look outside and you don't see the sun. That must be fucking scary and the total opposite of a miracle. But there is no reports of 24 hours darkness in the Bible. And believe me, 24 hours of darkness is a bigger event compared with the sun standing still in the sky. Is this a bullshit story? Or the people on the other side of the world had no darkness and the stuff in the sky went as usual? That means there is more than one set of celestial bodies. Or you guys believe in miracles instead of the celestial data? You guys are debating with Duffy about the sun in Antarctica.
I already know that supposedly the James Webb Space Telescope is up there.
Oh, this space flurf saying telescopes in space exist. What a retard.
And then they're going to bring the sun out.
They bring the sun out? What are you talking about? Are you talking about some bullshit sun simulator?
Or something that appears to be a sun.
Maybe you could give us some examples. What appears to be a sun?
And just let it float there and move at 15 degrees an hour.
Which appears to move with 15 degrees an hour. You never seen a celestial body move with 15 degrees an hour. How can you prove that? You need something like a program to measure the angular speed of the celestial bodies. I guess you never did that. You're repeating globe earth science.
Hi pieces of shit. The distance to Acrux is 1,855,385,718,346,390.2 miles.
Or whatever it does. And, just bobble and be like, hey, there goes your artificial sun. An artificial sun can appear to be an artificial sun. What appears to be some sort of an artificial sun. So you can't sit there and die on this hill that is not an artificial sun, because you've got people out there, and I'm going to shout them out. Flatworks. I don't know if you've watched this channel.
No, I don't know Flatworks. Sounds like a shale. I will check out his videos in a minute.
But he's done some pretty good stuff, right? He's got a smaller channel, but it's growing rather fast. And Flatworks has been showing what appears to be some sort of an artificial sun.
Oh, he's showing an artificial sun. I bet I'm going to show he's full of shit within a couple of minutes. Do you mind, Sun Simulator Pusher?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're saying shit. There is no telescope in space and no sun simulators.
And he's done some serious yeoman work in displaying this thing. And now, look, they've taken pictures of this thing from some distance, and it shows. And now I don't know if this picture is real or not, because man, everything is fake these days. I don't even know.
So you not even know Why are you pushing this channel? Maybe this guy is pushing bullshit. Did you research it properly?
And it shows. And now I don't know if this picture is real or not, because you know, man, everything is fake these days. I don't even know.
Ah, glad you say. It could be fake. Let me help you a bit. The Sun Simulator. The final trick. Jeez.
Just wanted to give you guys another update, second follow-up video on this sun simulator or solar simulator.
The final trick? You mean your trick? Is this your last one? Or are you going to pull up more?
And we have a lot of things to cover today. One of the things we're going to cover is a lot of the information that so-called debunkers have tried to debunk on these solar simulators.
Debunk the solar simulators. Let me see what I can do for you.
And we're going to find out that they're not actually debunking their claims.
They are not debunking their claims. No, they are debunking your claims, imbecile.
We're going to point out a lot of things that are wrong with that.
And I'm going to point out you are wrong about some things.
We're also going to cover some other fakery with 24-hour sun videos and another testimony from somebody that was stationed at McMurdo Station during the summer, and they stated that the sun sets every day.
Oh, the sun sets every day in Antarctica. Why they not put up a sun simulator to trick this idiot and trick more people to make the idea stronger of a circling sun?
We can see here the sun used to be yellow, and then it's white now, which is a huge difference.
Ah, the sun used to be yellow in 2015 and white in 2024. Huh.
We can see here the sun used to be yellow, and then it's white now, which is a huge difference.
It's the same color. Are you some idiot? Don't you know the difference between the sky and the sun itself? Or you hope your viewers are demented?
Because you've got people out there, and I'm going to shout them out. Flatworks, I don't know if you've watched this channel.
So you make shout outs to idiots that push bullshit like this? So you also think this is a yellow in 2015?
And I'm going to shout them out. Flatworks, I don't know if you've watched this channel.
Why are you promoting this clown? You're just a shill.
But another thing you'll notice is these suns, the lens glare is showing these funnel-shaped projections. You can see the green funnel here, which is not really a natural shape that you would see with a lens flare. And you actually see that that lens flare matches up to what the actual patents show, that it shows the funnel.
Oh, where is the black sun now? Oh, you need a special camera for that to see.
Piece that's attached to the sun simulator. So you'll see that a lot with these lens flares.
You claiming this is a sun simulator? I see a building. Probably it's a city that exists for hundreds of years. And they always seen the sun. So at what moment they replaced it with the simulator?
And it's just a very odd, bizarre lens flare that you'll see that just doesn't really make sense.
Oh, some lens flare don't make sense to you.
We'll also point out some other irregularities like this hexagon-shaped honeycomb.
Let's see that again with a little bit of crop and frame by frame. So the so-called reflection make funny movements, and suddenly it gets more contrast while the sun stays the same. It looks a little bit fake to me.
this hexagon-shaped honeycomb lens flare, and we'll come across some that actually have a hole in the middle. And these lens flare, again, some of the debunkers will say that this lens flare is caused from the aperture, the hexagon aperture that's shown in some of these cameras, and that's what causes that hexagon shape to be shown. And we also are going to go over some of the black dot. Some of the debunkers will say that's because of too much light.
Yes, some sensors are just crappy and they give a black dot.
It's too bright that it causes the negative reference points to cause that black dot, and when you're filming, because it's too bright. But we're going to find out that this reflection is it's identical on the lake.
That's logic. When the sensor creates a black dot, because that's the brightest spot, then it's logic. It's also the brightest spot on this lake. Do you understand that logic?
And it doesn't change shape or size. There's actually two reflections. There's an intermediate one and there's a full reflection that shows it the same exact shape and size. And we're going to see through different negative and black and white color sketches and different filters from camera experts, photography experts, that this is actually a real object. And then there's also someone that was a photo forensic expert that actually did a photo forensic analysis on this black dot.
Using the photo forensic websites to analyze this black dot. What's that tiny black dot on the top? So this photo expert cropped this image and then upload it to the photo forensic website. And then?
And they found that when they did this analysis, they were finding all of the wiring and the inner workings and all the different mechanisms that are actually specifically called out in the patent.
So this is a so-called sun simulator. This is the black dot. Let's crop this image. So now we have this black dot, and that represents this sun simulator.
When they did and this is from like a webcam.
So that's from a webcam, also a shitty camera with a shitty sensor. Same crappy camera, same quality, and then crop it in. And then end up with something like this, because it cannot get any better. And then you end up with something like this. You are a moron and a cheat. You want to tell me this represents this? Are you kidding me?
Security camera that they've pulled up this black dot, and they did the photo forensics on it, an expert did.
It's very unpleasant to listen to this idiot with his smacking lips. What kind of idiot are you? You need to be a photo forensic expert to upload an image to the photo forensic website. Are you kidding me? Let's try and create the same, but simply place a dot and see if it has some similarity. Let's save it and upload it to photo forensics. Oh look, my black dot have similar electronics. Let's zoom in a little bit and compare. Who got the best one? Oh look, mine look even more realistic. Stick.
and they zoomed in and they found all of these parts.
Oh, this is what they saw when they zoomed in. I can do that. Let's see if we can spot the same. Let's zoom in and see if this photo changed into drawing.
And they zoomed in and they found all of these parts.
I suppose they have some special kind of zoom in their Photoshop.
The specific mechanisms on the solar simulator.
These solar simulators. How they keep them afloat? With a balloon or so? Maybe it has some secret wings. And where does it get the power to emit all that light? And to keep afloat? Is this some secret technology?
And just let it float there and move at 15 degrees an hour.
So the sun simulator must also have some propulsion to move 15 degrees per hour through the sky. I think it's very creative how a mentally deluded idiot create a video about non-existent sun simulators, which are in fact crappy sensors in cameras.
That they would produce a 4K camera for $4K. That never materialized from Red though. Once the 4K camera shipped, BMD actually dropped the price of it down to $3,000 US. While these BMD cameras were generally praised, they did have their limitations and issues. One of the biggest complaints was the black sunspot artifact that both the original 2.5K and 4K cameras exhibited. This artifact can occur in certain CMOS sensor designs, and BMD was not the only victim of this. The Sony a7S II had the exact same issue as can be seen in this image here. This artifact could show up when the camera was facing the sun or the sun was reflected off of surfaces such as glass or glossy surfaces such as car paint.
Yelling Action Cam has black dot on sun even with ND filters. Huh. Let's see what he got to say. He purchased this camera from Amazon. And he owned almost 10 of them in the past. And they used to be really good cameras for $45. I can no longer recommend them. Huh. As they have made changes to the lenses and possibly the image sensors and firmware. So these cameras used to be good. And now we have a black dot. So you morons think they replaced the real sun with an artificial sun? Idiots.
Instax solarization, or how I like to call it, black sun pictures. It is pretty common when you take pictures with the Instax mini cameras like the Instax Mini 11 that some parts of your image that are super bright, particularly the sun in the sky, turns completely black instead of white, what you would expect. I think most people see this when they're taking pictures of landscapes where they include the sun in the composition, or when they're trying to take pictures of sunsets with their Instax cameras. If you look at Wikipedia, they say it is tone reversal in case of extreme overexposure. As I said, it's pretty common to see this effect when you include sun in the picture. So here I have a sun and it's completely black. Another common example is when you try to take a picture of yourself in a mirror and the flash is visible in the mirror, that will turn completely black. And the last example I have here is when I was trying to play with the manual exposure on the Instax Y300.
Oh, and this is a typical face simulator.
The areas that could receive the most light turn black instead of white.
I uploaded this face simulator to photo forensic and I see something is wrong with the eye. Look at that. Let's zoom in on this low resolution picture. Huh. Looks a little bit like a microchip. It's clearly something with the camera and not some sun simulator like this retard want to claim.
They already have the patents for these things, and apparently they've been flying them for close to 50 years now, or over 50 years, excuse me, right?
No, not right. You and the rest of these clowns are agents. You're pushing garbage. Piece of shit. You have like 400 subscribers. And Duffy want to come debate you at your channel. Are you that important? Piece of shit. Get lost. I have a tip for Duffy. Because these clowns are pushing some non-existent sun simulator. They're trying to push their viewers. So you need to change plan. And there is just one simple thing to prevent. They are going to say it's a solar simulator. We are not going in December, but in November. November the 24th until November the 29th. Because on the 28th, the moon is also visible above the horizon all day long. And then they need a moon simulator to push their garbage. Do you understand, Duffy? You need to be one step ahead of these clowns. And you are also a lying clown, piece of shit.